Okay. So what are we making here, Jay?
We're going to make a little bananas Foster today.
Bananas Foster. So
Yeah.
how much butter are you putting in there?
About 2 tablespoons of butter.
Melting it?
Melt it up. After it's melted, I'm going to add some brown sugar and vanilla that I have over here.
Some brown sugar, vanilla?
Brown sugar and vanilla. With some allspice, cinnamon, and nutmeg.
Uh-huh.
So then I'm going to dissolve the brown sugar and let it melt.
What's the heat on here?
I have it on a low heat. It's around a 3 right now for an electric stove. Obviously, if you're using gas, it's going to be a low.
No, you prefer gas though, right?
I do prefer gas. You can cook more evenly and a little quicker, I feel.
Unfortunately, in Germany, they don't believe in gas stoves.
So just melting the butter. The butter is all melted up.
And that's vanilla, right?
That is vanilla bean.
Okay.
I have my sugar here. I'm going to put this in.
Now, what if you don't have
this over low heat?
vanilla bean and you only have like vanilla extract liquid stuff?
You can exclude the vanilla altogether. It doesn't need to be in there. I like to add it for a little different flavor.
Okay.
So.
How long does this usually take? The melting of the sugar.
Just a couple minutes, not too long. Not forever, but never quick enough.
So you're just trying to get the butter mixed in with it?
Yep, mixing in the butter, and I'm just going to leave it alone here in a second. Let it all melt.
Now you had mentioned before this that you prefer a smaller pan, right?
I do. I prefer a smaller skillet, but all the other ones that I have here are Teflon coated. So I don't want to use the Teflon coated one because we're going to use some fireworks and flame later on.
Oh, I see. Wait, I don't understand. What's that mean?
Oh, you'll see.
Flame? No, I'm saying is a flame bad for Teflon?
Yeah, it might melt it or cook it off. Or I don't know. I've never used flame on Teflon. So.
No. Well, I'll make sure I get some smaller metal ones for you.
So as you can see, the brown sugar is melting up. Starting to turn into a liquid, which is what we want. We're doing it over a low heat because we don't want to burn it. We don't want to get crazy with it. So it's going to melt it up here.
And I see that you're using wood there.
Yes.
Is that preferred?
I would prefer it. Don't use it when we use the flame mount.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay, so what was that?
That was my nutmeg, allspice, and cinnamon. Get that all added in there.
How much of each did you use?
About a 1/4 teaspoon of allspice, half a teaspoon of nutmeg, and I used about an 1/8 teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm using a dark brown sugar, by the way, instead of just a regular brown sugar.
Oh, I didn't know there was a difference.
There is.
What, is it a flavor difference or just a visual difference?
Just the amount of molasses used in there.
So probably adds flavor then?
Yeah. It's a sweeter flavor.
God, I like you some molasses. Okay, so it looks more like a paste to me. Is that what we're looking for?
We're just going to melt it down some more.
Oh, okay. Did you raise the heat up there?
I did.
Perfect. And you said next we're going to be adding this.
We're going to add the pomegranate liqueur.
How much is in there?
That's about 1 tablespoon. And the reason I'm using the pomegranate liqueur is to give it kind of a different kick, different flavor. Usually you use a banana liqueur.
But again, I don't have that, so.
Well, I'm trying to be different, so I want to add our own flair to it. So we're going to do that. Go ahead and add the pomegranate liqueur.
And the goal from this point is to do what?
Now we're going to bring this to a little simmer.
Now, what's the simmer exactly?
When it starts to sizzle a little bit.
Just so not a boil. It's not the same as a boil.
No. So to have smaller bubbles. So you see it's really liquid and nice and nummy.
Getting a good color to it too.
Yeah. That's all melted down very nicely.
And it smells amazing.
Now we have that. This is here. I'm going to place the bananas in. I'm going to cook them for about a minute on each side here. Grab a spoon. Real quick.
And that's at a low heat?
This is at a low heat, yep. And I'm just going to spoon this over top as we're cooking. So.
So you said about a minute on each side?
Yeah, about a minute or so on each side. You don't have to really time it, you just kind of guesstimate a minute.
How do you know?
All you're doing really is just softening up the bananas a little bit and getting some of the flavor in there and getting some of the banana flavor out of the bananas themselves. Flip it over, kind of it on the outside. So you still want the bananas to be slightly firm, so you're going to use just under ripened bananas. So just under ripe. Kind of the yellowish green ones, not too green. You don't want unripe, you want underripe.
Ah. Glad you said that because I would have had no idea. So that's the consistency you're looking for on that?
That's about the consistency I'm looking for, yep. And then I'm going to add some rum here in a minute. And it'll thin out after we flame.
That was a Mac.
Pretty good. And I'm going to pull the bananas out. Plate the bananas because all I want is for these to be just slightly warm. Now I would normally put these on with pancakes or waffles, or if I want to make some crepes, I can make some crepes in the morning. Put those over the crepes. You can also do it with vanilla ice cream or pralines and cream ice cream. Alright, so now that we have this, I'm going to add the rum. There's 151 rum. And then stand back.
That's pretty cool.
Flame, and all we're going to do is let the flame die out. It's just going to, all it's doing is cooking off the alcohol.
Okay, so if you're cooking off the alcohol, that means this will be good for kids too.
This is good for anybody. Good for all ages.
I would never get away with doing this. So how long does that usually take to...
About a minute or two, so not too long. This may take a little bit longer since it's 151. It's got slightly higher alcohol content.
So what would you do if this got out of control?
I would pour a bunch of cornstarch on here.
Or flour, or basically anything like that, right?
Something like that, yes.
So us prepping that probably would have been a good idea?
I knew we wouldn't get out of control.
Well, confident man. That's pretty cool.
little bit longer. I don't because I like where it's at. So I'm going to take it off the heat. Take my spoon that I have.
You don't want to do the orange?
Oh, yeah. Good thinking. I have my orange zest right here at the end. Good reminder.
That's what I'm here for today.
And this would be better again with fresh orange zest, but can't run out at 4 in the morning to get orange zest, so. Or to get oranges to make it. Everything's all mixed in there. Pour it on top.
That looks good.
There we go.
Perfect. And what is this called again?
Bananas pasta.